Hi, I'm Bob Vavra, Content Manager for CFE Media. We're here at the Digital Manufacturing and Design Innovation Institute in Chicago with this year's System Integrator of the Year winners from Automation Plus, President John Glenski to my left, and next to him, Grant Mitchell, the CEO of Plus Group. Gentlemen, first of all, congratulations on this award.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
Talk a little bit about what this recognition means for your organization and for your team.
Thank you. You know, this award is truly a fantastic validation for our team. You know, it's truly an exciting day at Automation Plus and the Plus Group when recognition of this award was received. And I think it speaks to the quality of the product we delivered to our clients, and then also the atmosphere that we create for our employees to succeed. You know, we strive to be the firm of choice for our clients and for our employees. And I think that's been the secret to our success and really how we've continued to grow and move through our industry. I think, you know, in our industry where there is so little external recognition, you know, this speaks to that quality and really the commitment and pride that we have within our organization and really supports our customer-focused solutions. It's been a great year and really an amazing award, and we're very happy to have received.
Very good. Well, we're pleased to be able to offer it. Let's talk about, you talked about your customer-facing efforts. What are your customers telling you in the market right now that they need, and how are you positioning yourself to provide that service?
Thank you. I think a lot of what we hear from our clients, you know, they hear about IoT, they hear about Industry 4.0, and they're really looking at how can we turn data into value. I think there's a lot of data acquisition, but how do they turn that into true business metrics? How can we utilize it to really improve our plant operations and processes?
And one of the things we're seeing is that data is probably things they already have on the plant floor. It's a question of how do they, as you said, how do you utilize that data in a much more effective way? Software is becoming a much more important part of this process.
Yes, I think that especially as it continues to grow in the amount of data that is available, that statistical analysis is going to be critical. You know, how can you leverage that higher level ERP software, such as a Splunk or a Domo, to really be able to drive change within the organization?
And one of the things we talk about at CFE Media is getting the right information to the right person at the right time in the right context.
That's right.
What makes a good customer for a system integrator? What are the kinds of things that you look for when you're looking to go out to a client, and how can a customer make your job just a little bit easier?
Sure, if I could speak to that.
Absolutely.
One that's really strategic, I think, is absolutely important, so that where they're really out there planning, and of course that's really essential. So really beginning with that end in mind. So if we can actually paint that vision, everything, boy, that's just really a knockout customer. That's really what we're looking for.
Have you seen your role become even more consultant than it has been in the past in the last few years?
Yeah, and absolutely. That's one of the reasons the Plus Group and Automation, we're proudly, you know, to be a subsidiary of that, and now wanting that full integration of services where we can go cradle to grave is just, we're hearing that from our customers, and that's the reason why we went down that path.
Yeah. And what should your customers expect from you? What makes a good system integrator?
So with regard to a systems integrator, again, I'm going to go back to that strategy, really developing a master plan. So if they're able to look out 5 years and 10 years and really understand what that system is going to look like 5, 10, 15 years out, we can really hit it hard at the front end to hit that mark well into the future.
And one of the challenges, though, in manufacturing has been manufacturers looking for that, or C-suites looking for that quick ROI rather than looking that long term. Is that something that you have to go in and talk to people about?
Absolutely.
And say, let's do this in stages?
Absolutely. So we'll definitely go with a phased approach, and that's the beauty of it, is showing the advantage of that value over the long haul, whether it's a time to market or truly the overall cost implications associated with those decisions.
Because we've all seen manufacturers in the past have, in Industry 3.0, kept their plants running 20, 25 years with essentially the same equipment. Now we're starting to see that transition to Industry 4.0, and we're starting to see a new way of using that equipment and bringing in new equipment in a more effective way.
Absolutely. All great points.
And I think one of the challenges is that you've got a legacy equipment, but you've got all of this new technology, and putting them together is really the essence of being a system integrator.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, it's key to be able to take what's existing, but then also being able to implement what is new to drive those business operations, those processes. And I think, touching on what's important with an integrator, like you mentioned earlier, is truly, independence, understanding the client's market, understanding the client's business. As our clients have less and less resources within their own industries, and those resources are burdened even more than they have been in the past. They're looking out to those integrators to provide not even just technological capabilities, but that process understanding so that they can deliver that total package.
And this is one of the areas and one of the reasons CFE Media has become so interested in the system integrator community is that, as you said, there's not that inbred talent within
Right.
the organization. You've really got to look to system integrators to provide that expertise within the plants.
I agree.
The other aspect of this that's important is finding the qualified personnel and bringing young people and experienced people into the business. How has that changed for Automation Plus and the Plus Group over the last few years?
So there is, boy, you bring up a great point. There's a war on talent. We know that. So what we have really been doing and focusing on is employee engagement is one of our strategic priorities. We just went through strategic planning this past week, and employee engagement is absolutely essential. Training, we monitor training, we look at the dollars that we spend. We get very specific and very strategic about that then as well. We have co-op programs. We're bringing those folks in, and we have found that now employees are seeking us out in order to work at Automation Plus.
Yeah, we're seeing an era where you're recruiting engineers the same way you recruit quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
What do you see as the next step in that development process? How do you keep them engaged? And the nature of system integration business is that it's always a different challenge on different projects. But what other things can you do to keep your employees engaged and interested?
I think it's a diversity of projects as well. I mean, the various platforms that our people are able to work on and the training associated with that creates an excitement. I know early in my career, not just being honed in and pigeonholed into one specific area, but boy, being diverse in a lot of different areas was pretty exciting.
Well, it's an exciting time for manufacturing and for the system integration community. And congratulations once again to Automation Plus and the Plus Group on the System Integrator of the Year award.
Thank you very much for the award.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Bob.